Hello everybody and welcome to the ITK Soccer Show. It is the 19th of September. Do you want to tell them how many times we tried to start that?
Not once, not twice, but thrice.
At least.
Probably.
It's just myself and you, Dan. How are you doing?
I'm grand, yeah. I think it's a much better show already.
Look, listen, so far so good. Here, I think it's important to talk about these things on the air rather than off the air, but where is he?
I don't know.
Do we actually
He's
not
very
know?
quiet actually last 2 days, isn't he? He's only sent us a couple of edited pictures while he's in work.
Very few, John Carroll. We've the luxury of being in at least 4 WhatsApp groups with John, and he's a great man for creating a meme and paint.
It doesn't work. What does he do?
He creates memes and paint. He gets paid for it.
It's just me and you on it.
I'm honoured. The thing is, he doesn't archive them.
Yeah, he really needs to archive them because,
Yeah.
it should be saved on the WhatsApps as well, but they are great. Maybe he's creating a big collage for us for next week or something. But I don't think we'll be seeing him for a while.
Oh yeah.
He's got personal matters at the moment, so
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give him a pass.
I think it's worth
Next
saying
week
that
on.
the personal matters are a jubilant thing, not a devilishly depressing thing.
Yeah, they won't be show for a while then, because I'm
No.
away next week.
Oh yeah. No,
I'm away the week after.
I'll just do a
And
solo.
then John will be, there's just be Neil sitting in the studio by himself. It's like Peter Collins in RTE on Stevens' Day.
Yeah.
They literally put him in the studio, the Stevens' Day matches. There was a white Christmas tree behind him.
Yeah.
Like a decrepit Christmas tree. He was the only man in the studio. I was like, well, good win for Man United there. And now we turn to Arsenal. It's like, literally, only man in the studio. He let himself in, turn on the camera,
Yeah.
turn off the camera, and don't forget to turn off the light and lock the door. Peter.
One man show. Tell me this: who's the fella who's doing the 3:00 Premier Sports? The Irish guy. Do you know who he is?
The commentator?
No,
Or-
the anchor. He's a bald dude with a goatee.
I haven't seen it.
And it's not Sean Dyche, but it's.
No, I haven't seen.
You haven't watched any of the 3:00 kickoffs?
I have, but I watched it on an alternative thing, and it was completely HD and all that. So
An alternative thing.
yes, that's
Any news about that?
not good.
Yeah. Okay, we should talk about football. Well, that was kind of football based. We're going to talk about last week's Premier League results. We'll talk about match day 1 of the Champions League. We'll preview next week's Premier League or this weekend's Premier League, and then you're going to embarrass me with a quiz.
Yeah.
Okay, that's grand. We started off last weekend's Premier League at Anfield, Liverpool versus Newcastle. Newcastle going 1-0 up. Did you watch this live?
Yeah, I actually was watching it, and I was like, oh, nothing's happening in the first 5 minutes. I literally went out to put on some rashers for myself because I was hungry, and then I heard the commentator shouting, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? And yeah, it was like goal of the fucking season by that fella, because he's terrible. From what I've seen of him this year, he is really bad.
So the commentator made a note to be like, the Newcastle basically said, kept saying the Newcastle fans have no reason to like this man except now. And I was like, has he
but
been that bad?
he was really bad. He came on against Arsenal and was really, really bad.
Yeah.
And then he had a few touches against Norwich, and he was useless. And I gave up on him literally after 2 games. And I never do that. I always give him time. But he looked so out of his depth. But maybe he's a good. I know it was his weak foot.
It was. Tell me
he's
about
left-footed.
the rashers, right? So you wake up on a Saturday morning, we've got your 12:30 kickoff. Are you talking like a rasher buttie, or what would you be doing with rashers?
I'd have. What I do is I put them in the George.
Me too.
It's just easier, less grease.
Pretty quick.
No washing up.
Pretty quick.
Turn it on, put the rashers in, close it. Tea. Have the kettle boiling, no sugar because I can't have the sugar anymore. And
just for the record, my tea also when I do this has no sugar, so we're like for like.
Yeah.
And also, I do close the foreman, which you do as well.
Yeah, I do close it, yeah.
Okay.
And then I put 2 slices of bread in the toast. I do prefer white bread with rashers. I do prefer white.
We're
nice and thick bread.
Yeah, we're literally on the same. I know it's going to change.
Yeah, this is where it's going to change now.
It's going to change.
But so then once the rashers are pretty much done.
Yeah.
Pop the toast down, not for too much. Very kind of light brown. Very if it's even brown, it's too brown for me.
Okay.
So brown town, no brown town.
No, I can go either way, but
if it's yellow, let it mellow. That's right.
Yellow's good.
So all good, and then while I'm waiting for the rashers to fully do, I put a layer of cheese on the toast while it's on the plate.
Yes.
The cheese melts in
yes.
a little bit, right?
Yes.
So then, this is where you're going to hate me. I get the old brown sauce
Yeah,
out.
brown sauce. Okay.
And then I put it all over.
Okay.
Rashers on. Other side. Cup of tea.
Okay. Do you know
There
it's
we
the
go.
exact same sandwich except for the sauce?
I know. It's fantastic. And I'm using Edam cheese from Lidl. Very good. Very underrated.
I'm using red cheddar.
Red cheddar. The
Yeah.
Edam cheese, the big long slices of it, very, very good.
So my one difference is that I would opt for barbecue or taco. Now
Taco on rashers.
yeah, I've done
Ooh.
it. I've done it. It's look,
I know you're like your taco. But
give it a shot. But otherwise, it's an identical sandwich.
red
Now,
sauce is acceptable as well.
I can have ketchup on anything except hot dogs and like fast food burgers. But that's just me.
Chips.
No, look, listen. But so I had this little period there before I went to Portugal a few weeks ago where I was like, I wanted to still eat nice things, but I didn't want to put on weight. So I was eating very healthy lunches.
Okay.
But for dinner, I was exclusively just having a sandwich.
For dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was having a sandwich full of bad things.
Okay.
But I was like, it's better than
But
a
like,
carb.
you know, sandwiches like are a lot of carbs and.
Oh, it
you
was
know,
so
like,
many carbs.
You know, like all that. You know. So.
Here's where I went wrong. I was just doing the rasher sandwich, the one you and I are talking about, for dinner every night. But it's
Is this
still
cooked by the hotel or are you doing it yourselves? You were
no. This is before we went. So
oh,
this was
sorry.
me trying to get
sorry.
into a
I
little
thought
bit
you
of
said
shape.
where you were going.
Oh no.
You were there. You were having a rasher sandwich for your dinner.
No.
Weird.
This was me getting into pool shape, right?
Okay.
But
Did
then
you make it?
no, I didn't because what happened was I was like, this is a nice idea, but I'm still missing, spud. So what I started doing was I started putting potato farrells in the sandwich,
Okay.
right? So I was kind of having like a dinner in a sandwich, minus any vegetables.
Yes.
And it's just, have you ever put a potato farrel in a sandwich?
I can say no, but
I did for Claire, and she thought it was pretty incredible.
I like potatoes.
Yeah, but you could imagine it being too much.
It's a lot of carb in there.
It's
but
so floury.
Yeah,
and-
but like if you put a nice sauce in there or something, or oily oily potato, or butter potatoes, or garlic potatoes, or
well, the farrel itself, I do in the toaster, and then I would likely butter that. So that's 3 things I've buttered now. That's 2
Yes.
slices of bread and a potato farrel.
yes.
It's interesting. So Mane scored just
Yeah.
before halftime.
I think we should keep talking about food.
I
Much
think
better.
it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
At least I watch food.
The ITK food show.
Yeah. Look, we do a supplementary show. Like maybe I'll do a show on food when you guys.
Yeah,
are
I
gone.
do when you're gone, and like I'll send you pictures of what I've had to eat. And,
Oh yeah, I can review it.
and you can review like rate my plate,
Yeah,
rate
except
my Dan plate.
this
you know?
is radio, and I have to describe. Unless, do you know what I could do? Here's a really clever thing. On the YouTube thumbnail, I could put a collage in order of all your foods. So when they're watching the YouTube video, I'll be like, number 2.
I don't think they really watch YouTube videos. They barely listen to it, so I don't think they're going to watch it. Like
Okay, that's fair. And then
But anyway, Mane scored.
Yeah.
1-1. That was not the Firmino flick. That one.
no, that was the
That was.
second one.
Did you see what Mourinho said about that? It makes a lot of sense about Firmino, Mane, and Salah. That Firmino drops a bit deeper, so it allows Klopp to play the 3, not creative players, but you've got Fabinho, Milner, Henderson, Wijnaldum.
Yeah,
Maybe Oxlade-Chamberlain to a lesser extent would be workman. Like he probably have a bit more, but
yeah.
like the 3 of them can pretty much play. Obviously, Fabinho deepest, but the Henderson, Milner, they're very similar. They're very workman-like. They're good pros. They run around a lot.
Yeah.
They don't really have a cunning and guile and
No,
cute
no,
and
no.
clever pass. But with Firmino slightly dropping deep,
Yeah.
it allows them actually, like if you actually look at, sometimes it's almost like they're a diamond with 2 wide forwards.
So,
Do you know what I mean?
Well, sometimes if
So
Firmino,
that's why if you play number 10 with Firmino,
yeah,
he's actually not as, like when Coutinho and Firmino, when all the guys were there and Coutinho played behind them, it was just, it wasn't clicking almost. I remember one of them was always dropped.
yeah.
Like there was always one on the bench. Klopp very rarely put the 4 out.
No, it is him dropping back into midfield. It's a big deal, especially when we're behind or when we need to win something back and the 3 lads aren't getting around as much, or we're playing against a diamond
Yeah.
or something. And what happens is when it goes really, really well, you'll notice, and it only happens a few times per game, but when it works perfectly, is either where Firmino is dropped deep and he's first to the tackle or he's first to the second ball. And what you then have is you have the fullbacks as our wide players and Salah and Mane as almost 2 centre forwards, all running in the same direction. And when that happens, it's like we very seldom
But I
don't
think,
create a chance.
I was also, Mourinho also said as well, if Aubameyang played for Liverpool, he said he scored like 60 goals a year. Like he
it's
said
not
he
even funny.
just he said
from a wide position, a wide starting
But
position.
again, they are wide strikers, but they're also like they play in. They're kind of playing like in the Henri position.
Yeah.
Like they literally play
Edge
in
of the
between right full and centre
And
half
right centre
or
back,
whatever, you know. So like,
Because the width is really allowed for the fullback.
like I almost think like on against Liverpool, like you are probably best going with a 5 at the back or a 3 at the back with 2 wing backs.
Yeah.
Because I think then you've always kind of got an extra man there, and like you're never really going to dominate the ball against them anyway.
Yeah.
So I think if you put 5, well, that's just my view. But
That's
like,
true.
You know,
Then,
that's why I don't manage a team. So you know,
Salah scored a very, very, very Mo Salah goal, and there was the Firmino flick to Mane. Firmino was amazing in the match. Fabinho was amazing in the match. Fabinho was amazing in the losing effort against Napoli, which we'll talk about. He's the best in his position, says Gary Neville. Now that Fernandinho is kind of a forgotten.
well,
man.
Fabinho was always amazing with Monaco in that Champions League run.
Yeah,
And you're kind of wondering why no one really picked him up or had a go with him. Like I think he's kind of bringing it like.
I do think
I know you don't rate Busquets, but I think Busquets.
it's very different. He's a lot more mobile.
Yeah, I think Busquets' range of passing is outrageous.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say Fabinho's range of passing is his big.
No. I think what Fabinho does is like he's definitely top 3 in the world anyway, without doubt.
In that position,
Yeah,
most likely.
yeah.
Brighton and Burnley, that was 1-1.
Late goal for Burnley.
By an Irishman.
Yeah, Jeff, good man, Jeff getting a goal, but it was very. Brighton were kind of in front for a while, but both teams have started the season quite well, and I thought they'd both struggle. But Burnley, obviously, with the No Europa League, it's like Wolves this season. Like we'll get on to Wolves in a minute. It's like Wolves with the.
How many games had Wolves played before the league started? It was something like 3 or something.
Oh, well, the qualifiers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they've travelled a lot.
You see, the issue is they've travelled a lot, but they should be at top peak right now. Like they should have been literally top peak in the second game of the season. But I think it's just the demands, and they didn't add that much to their squad. That it's almost like Wolves are doing the Burnley
from
last year and stuff. So it'll be interesting if I think Wolves will be okay, but this Europa League, unless you've got a big squad or you're a massive team, that can cope with it. I think it's like get your money, enhance your reputation, and then try and consolidate yourself in the top 10. That's a good season, but. I think Burnley Brighton at the moment will be very happy.
United and Leicester. I watched this, and I then ceased watching it. I was hoping for so much more.
They were. It was a terrible game.
It was terrible.
Man United won 1-0, and I thought they were useless, and I thought Leicester were even worse.
Yeah. Do you like Tielemans?
Yeah, I do. I can't believe, by the way, going back for VAR. How he wasn't sent off the last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
With that tackle. Like, VAR has been
We never
shambles.
talked about that. VAR's been a shambles, all right.
It's an absolute.
It was very bad in Champions League this weekend. This week, excuse me.
Yeah, like the Robertson thing, like, it wasn't a penalty, but like.
Oh, I'm not even. And you know what? Like, people probably would think I'm talking about that. There was loads of stuff.
Yeah, no, I actually quite like the only thing in Champions League, the referees are actually going to have a look at it themselves. They're not just passing the buck, because I think the Premier League and people in top brass and Sky are telling them this game has to keep going.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of pressure on that. But yeah, no, I
thought
both teams were awful.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't fun to watch.
But good win for Man United. Maybe Leicester still are a little bit away. But
what's United's ceiling this year? Is it third? Is third the highest achievable place for United?
Well, in theory, yeah.
I think it is, isn't it?
I think if you offer them fourth, it's not fair enough. Like, I think, so we see with Arsenal the weekend, like,
we'll get to Arsenal in a second.
Chelsea, Man United, like, they've all, the three of them, even Spurs, they had a good win, but 4 of them have massive flaws. I still think Spurs will be, out of the 4 teams, will get top 4, and then it's a scrap for the other 3, but I still think Arsenal will probably be the...
Yeah, and although Arsenal have not had great results to date, but I think their team has more potential. Anyway, we'll get to them. Sheffield United and Southampton. This was another shite game.
Yeah, it was another shite game. Late goal for Southampton. So
Spurs.
So Sheffield United, by the way, their owner.
Yes.
He's linked with the Bin Ladens.
With the Bin Ladens.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was all issue of where he's getting his money from, and he says the Bin Laden family are all great guys. It's unfortunate there's just one bad person. There's always one bad person in every family, but they're a joy to deal with. So, like...
That's interesting.
It's like, people are saying, like, this guy's not fitting proper.
Did this only come out now?
No, this has been out... Oh, Leeds fans had a go at Sheffield United last year.
Yeah, because I was trying to think, like, yeah.
But again, it's the championship. No one really cares. So, it's only until it gets... But there's been a thing about it. People are trying to get him out, or is he fit and proper, but he's saying he is, and I think he's there to stay at the moment.
Okay.
But like, yeah, he was saying the Bin Ladens are great. Quote him today.
Interesting. Spurs and Crystal Palace. Son won, Lamella with another, and Van Aanholt with an own goal. This was one of those cases. This happened a lot last year, that when Lucas Moura came on, they looked incredible. Yeah. But not that they weren't looking good in general.
They started, I think Kane and Son have to start up front.
Sure.
In Ndombele, I don't know what to make of him. I don't know if he's any good or not.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't know if he's a good player.
No.
You know,
I think he's better
they're
than
really
Wanyama.
lacking Spurs at DM. When Wanyama was sold there last week, I was like, obviously he's not fit enough for something. Or
Sissoko's still there, right?
He's not a DM.
No. Well, then that's
Dyer's still there.
Dyer's
shite. He's not good. Like he hasn't got better in 4 years.
No.
So Spurs are kind of weird. Like they're not really playing a right back. They're playing like Sanchez or Alderweireld out there. Serge Aurier played that game.
No, like he did. Yeah, but it's a weird thing. Like
they didn't replace Trippier.
No, Vertonghen. Like no, they didn't replace Trippier. Vertonghen not playing the first few games of the season. Remember?
I think that was there was something going on, and obviously,
I
think Spurs will improve now with the whole Eriksen thing. That obviously Eriksen's probably going to stay to the end of the season now.
Well, he can't go; it's closed.
Yeah, well, he could go to January, but I think at least there's a line drawn under it that he's not going anywhere right now. So I think maybe it might flare up at Christmas again. But
why do you think that he feels the need to play Alderweireld, Vertonghen, and Sanchez every game?
Because he doesn't like Aurier. He is terrible. And Kyle Walker-Peters,
Champions League right back.
He's not been great.
No, not really.
He's probably better than Aurier.
I don't know.
But like they have an issue at fullback. So Danny Rose he was supposed to be sold. Ben Davis is fucking falling out of favour. They're really poor at fullback and DM. Other than that, though, they're okay.
Yeah, I think they're better than okay.
Ali, not great.
Well,
Sissoko, not great.
I think Ali is
Ndombele, question mark. Dyer, not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Lucas, Son and Kane, like, they've got match winners.
Yeah, and
they still have two good centre halves and a good goalkeeper.
They have two very good centre halves.
So.
Chelsea and Wolves. This was fun.
First hat trick for Tammy Abraham. So first English hat trick for Chelsea since 2011. Since Fat Frank.
When it would have been Frank himself.
Yeah.
So
Abraham's doing really well because he looked really green and poor against Man United the first game. Dropped him for Giroud, but he's done really well.
He has a lot
the funny thing
attributes.
is, if he gets three more goals this year, he's beaten Rashford's Premier League highest tally already.
If he gets 3 goals.
If he gets 3 more goals, and we're in the middle of September.
I presume he's only a few goals off Morata.
Yeah, well, he's got 2 braces and a 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, to be fair to him, he was banging them in the Championship.
But you never know.
But I didn't think he could be the main man for Chelsea.
Well, Frank said if they didn't get the ban, he was still going to be the main centre forward. What?
No, did you hear Frank Lampard after that fucking game the other night? Did you hear him?
What, last night?
Yeah.
Against Valencia?
The Barkley thing. Oh, Barkley was always the penalty taker. It's like...
No, he came off the bench.
Yeah, it's like... no, he wasn't. It's like the utter lies. He's like such a fucking sham. Like, now, I actually think Chelsea are doing quite well. But
yes.
they can't defend.
Well, hold on.
They've changed the 3 at the back.
We can just talk about last night because we're not going to do a full Europa League rundown. They lost to a team that's like bottom of La Liga. Or sorry, excuse me, Champions League. Valencia
are struggling when they sacked their manager.
Yeah.
Valencia still have good players though.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, if you look at it, like, you know, they've got Gaia.
Yeah.
Coughlin's experience, Kondogbe's experience.
Look, Jeffrey.
Pareo.
Jeffrey.
I could have put Jeffrey in that
team.
too.
I don't know. I was thinking I was going to text that last night.
And then, you know, they've got Rodrigo and Kevin Gamero. They've actually got decent players.
Do you know I believe?
But I think they're like Chelsea are still very naive.
I believe him about the Barkley thing though.
Why would Barkley be taken? He hasn't taken. The last penalty he scored was in 2016 or something.
I think
it's 3 years ago.
I think Lampard looks some big British beef. That's my penalty.
I don't think Willian would just take it. Like, Willian wouldn't miss.
But the thing
or
is,
Abraham wouldn't miss. Was he on the pitch? I didn't watch the Chelsea game.
Willian wouldn't have missed. But the thing is, like, why would Barkley call rank? He wouldn't be able to unless he was told he's the main penalty taker. Because Willian's been there longer.
I don't know. I think Lampard still has a lot to prove. He just came across. If you watch the interview, he was really like stuttering over his words, and it just didn't sound plausible. Like, and he was covering everything up. Like, I think with the Solskjaer thing with Rashford and Pogba, Solskjaer at least kind of came out and said, yeah, you know, we were a bit... there was an issue. They sorted out themselves. He kind of literally said it was them, but Lampard actually covered for it, and I don't think he should cover ever. I think you should protect your players always, but I think when someone has authority to go over a different player or something like for example, Leeds had a penalty the other day. Leeds awful record for penalties last year. We missed last year. We had 5 penalties in total.
Yeah,
we scored our first 2, and then we missed our last 3, and they were from 3 different takers.
Yeah, okay.
So we got our first penalty, and who picked it up? Pablo Hernandez picked it up. He missed one of them last year. And Cooper, our ex-captain, ran over and goes, no. Matches Click is taking it. And it was just a high five and a hug. It was grand. Click scored it, and I was like, yeah, no problem at all. It's like you just need someone to just go, that's what's happening. It just seems very all this.
Well, look,
it's like it seems to be a new thing for I'm taking the penalty. It's real childish, isn't it?
Okay. First off, just
any top manager will go, you're on free kicks, you're on corners. Basic things, you're marking him, you're taking penalties. Well, if you're not on the pitch, he's taking penalties.
I completely.
Look, that's either bad management or there's no respect there.
Okay, let me just say this. I disagree fundamentally on everything you've said about
disagree.
No. That's right. About designated players for set pieces. Like, you have to be able to read the game.
And on corners.
Yeah, no. Exactly. No, but you have to be able to read the game as players and say, okay, we might have 2 left-footed free kick takers, but this particular angle is better for Shaqiri. Or the way they're actually doing zonal marking instead of man marking. Hold on, let me finish. They're doing zonal marking instead of man marking, so we need an outswinger, even though we said that you're going to be on corners, you're not going to be in corners. Now, when it comes to penalty, though, there has to be a designated penalty taker.
There should be. In my view, there should be 5 designated penalty takers. Like the off chance that everyone's off the pitch.
Okay. No, okay. No.
You know?
Should there be a rank? Yes, there should. Now, going back to Lampard and the way he's dealing with the media, am I right by saying this is his 3rd year in management?
2nd.
Derby last year was his 1st year in management as a manager. Sorry, I thought it was the 2nd.
No, he's literally...
Well, then, Dan, we're watching a lad.
I know.
Learning on the job, you know?
But it is ridiculous, though.
It's ridiculous that a man with no experience...
Speaking of Lampard... Derby come back to Ellen Road on Saturday morning. Oh, good.
Oh, what's it for?
Just the league, but like the ghosts of the playoff semi-final.
Oh, sorry, yeah, of course, yeah.
We've only won 1 game at home since the playoff semi-final.
That's terrible.
But we're top of the league.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Norwich and City. This was the funnest thing of the weekend.
I said to you, I saw you on Saturday night after this.
Yes, you did.
And I said in the first 10 minutes before Norwich even scored, City were very sloppy. No one even kind of... I think it was Alan Smith or something. I can't remember who it was on the... It was Carragher. It was Carragher on the... Yeah. And I was surprised he didn't say it. It was like City gave the ball away 3 or 4 times out of play. It was very basic, sloppy play. I thought they were very cocky going in. And the way City play as well, you need a few things. You need luck. Norwich got luck.
Sure.
They got a bit of luck.
Yeah.
They have to work even harder than Man City. They did that.
Yeah.
They have to take their counter-attack opportunities when they can.
Which they did excellently.
And they have to take their set pieces.
Which they did excellently.
Look at all the factors they got. And they got it. Now, Norwich did deserve it.
Yeah.
They did deserve it.
But all those things have to happen to beat City. That's true.
And also, I said to... Was it John? I can't remember who said it to the other day. That, in my view, if you look at on paper, Man City are a better team. Yeah?
I'll go with you.
Okay.
For the sake of the argument.
In my view, though, Man City have far much more weaknesses than Liverpool. What weaknesses do Liverpool have? In honestly, if you have their best 11 out...
Adrian.
If you have your best 11 out against Man City's 11...
Yeah.
Is there more weakness? Are there City a better team? Probably. Is there more weaknesses in Man City? I'd say yeah.
Well, in terms of their defence, yeah.
Kyle Walker, Otamendi, Stones. Yeah.
But
they've Zinchenko left back. Mendy has.
Well, Dan, are we talking about players available to the teams at the moment? Or are we talking about overall squads? Are we talking about best 11?
Well, even if you go right now,
if it's best 11, right now,
even if you've got Adrian,
but our issues are keeper. That's it.
But that's it. But City have so much more weaknesses.
Well, they're
and more problems.
Laporte.
But for example, those set pieces.
Yeah.
I don't even blame Guardiola. It's just the size of the team he has. And they're not been aggressive. Stones has never been aggressive.
I do blame the size of the team he has. He did buy these players.
Yeah, but like, he's won everything bar Champions League.
I know, but like,
Do you know what I mean? So
I
can't say he's
I'll
wrong.
blame him for having small players. It
No,
is
but
his
like,
choice.
if he used to buy fucking Bakayoko,
I know. I'm not saying
or
the good
Bernardo
outweighs the bad.
Silva, like he's gonna pick Bernardo Silva.
One thing
like.
you did mention about Norwich is that like their defending in the last 25 minutes was exemplary.
They had 8
unbelievable
players. They had 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Sam Byram, who moved from West Ham, he was Leeds graduate.
Yeah.
750. That was like one of his first games, and he was brilliant at right back.
Yep.
I thought Lewis at left back. He's going to be a
But
star in a few years.
they just defended
Godfrey's
in general
unreal.
so well. Like
Cantwell and Pookie on the break. Like Pookie's, like he's I
player
can't
of the season, Dan.
free transfer from Brøndby last year.
It's amazing.
But there you go. Like again, Norwich are showing everyone up. Everyone thought they'd go down, but like remember everyone's giving out the way they played at Anfield. Oh, you can't play that at Anfield. It's like, well, this is their style. Like if they put 11 men behind the hoof it, I'd still think they'd lose 4-0 or whatever it is at Anfield.
And it's going to work
And,
against other people.
Unlike you have to be brave against Man City.
Sure.
You do. Like I think if you put 11 men behind the ball and whack it as long as you can and just hope, I don't think you have a chance. If you actually go and counteract at the right times and try and play football when you can and get around them, that is definitely the best way to do it. And Norwich have proved that.
Yes, they did. I didn't see Bournemouth and Everton.
Everton are terrible away from it. I think
Even though
I think
on paper they've got they have a team that's right up my alley.
I've always not backed Marco Silva, but I always said, look, just give him a chance.
Okay.
The tide has turned now on this guy. I think he's a complete chancer.
Do you really?
Yeah, he's.
You wouldn't admit this in front of John, I don't think.
No, I told him. I texted him.
Fair enough.
I
Okay.
texted him. So I think that away from home, their record is off. Now at home, they're actually quite good, and defensively they're all right. 3 of the goals they give away were like, I mean, they were laughable.
Yeah.
Laughable.
I didn't see that, unfortunately.
Set pieces still useless. That's like 18 months now.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's got centre halves and he's got to settle back forward there. Like when Everton go forward at home, I think they're actually decent and they've got a good home record defensively.
Yeah.
But I think away from home, like
they've a lot.
they're never gonna even challenge the top 6.
Nah.
The mentality they have away from home, like they're really poor.
You guys were giving them 7th this year, and I was giving Brendan's Leicester.
I gave Everton 7. I still think they might finish 7th.
Really?
I think like they've a very good, like even Walcott coming on. Like why is he still playing? Like Walcott, like is he even better than he was when he was 17? Probably worse.
Probably
he's got slower. Like
he's definitely slower.
Yeah.
Speaking of Arsenal, Arsenal and Watford, Aubameyang with his 2 goals as usual. But conceding to Pereira and Cleverly.
Yeah.
Arsenal have not had a good start to the season, have they?
David Luiz.
Stop.
2 penalties given away in 4 games. He gave away, was it 3 and 150 for Chelsea or something?
Yeah.
They're just Socrates, like, I don't know. They're just useless. Xhaka again.
Yeah. There's a bad
everyone's wanting Emery sacked. I think it's absolutely outrageous. He needs at least 2 seasons to try and put a stamp on that.
Joe,
I think it's absolutely crazy asking for him to be sacked.
Leno made 8 saves.
There was 31 shots they had on goal. Like Watford were unbelievable second half.
Should have won.
But Kike Sanchez-Flores, who's come in to replace Javi Garcia, he was there a few years ago, and remember he was the guy who had Dini and Igalo up front.
Yeah, I do.
He won Europa Leagues in Spain. Like, he's a top manager. I've always really rated him. I was really upset when he actually got sacked a few years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Arsenal have serious issues at the back. But one thing I'll give him praise for, he's got Bellerin to come back and he's got Tierney to come back.
Would you bring Mustafi back in?
No, I'd put Holding in there.
Okay.
And maybe Chambers.
Is Holding still around?
He's been injured. But get the 3 of them in there and just see what they can do. Get Ozil back. Like, actually, Ozil played okay.
Yeah.
He took Sebelios off because apparently he was too hot, even though he's from Spain.
Okay.
It was really weird. Like, it was the first time Emery really showed weakness, I thought, as like he didn't know what he was doing. But
yeah.
I think it's all overboard, though.
His substitutions have always been questionable.
Well, he brought on your man Reece Nelson, young fella, and Willock. Nelson just kept charging forward. It's like, it's this whole thing in the club, though. Wenger has developed it. I'm not blaming Wenger, but he's developed the whole attacking defense doesn't really mean much.
Yeah.
And you have to think tactically on your feet and just game management. It's in that Arsenal changing room and it's in the club that I don't think it's going to go for a while. So that's what Emery needs, at least a season, to see what he could do. If they finish 6th or something, I could possibly understand replacing him, but
Yeah.
he inherited a bit of a mess on the field, off the field,
Well,
boardroom,
look,
ownership.
it goes
lot
back
of
to the
transfers in it.
age-old
Like if you look
question.
at the team they've had in 2016,
Sure.
there's not one player. Ozil is
Yeah.
the only one still there, and Xhaka arrived in 2016 then.
Yeah.
And Xhaka's captain.
I know.
Like Xhaka's captain. Like there's no leaders in the team. There's no one like to, is it Roy Keane or Vieira? Like there's not even anyone close.
There's
to that.
no one near it.
Like
I don't know. I definitely think it's probably too early for him to be sacked. But
I say, but like, people are going mad for it.
but like, there's no one out
Well, it's
there.
Arsenal fan TV, of course.
Yeah. There's no one out there that can get in, though. To be fair,
No, like there would be, but like
Mourinho to Arsenal.
Mourinho would love to go to
could you
Arsenal and put 11 men
imagine?
behind the ball and win the league or something.
Could you imagine? The teams that used to confuse me a lot when I was 5 years old: Aston Villa versus West
Me
Ham.
too, actually.
Oh, I just couldn't hack it.
Yeah.
Is there anything to be said?
West Ham went down to 10 men.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a debatable red card for Masuaku. But West Ham actually held on. Did okay. I think it's a draw, good for both teams. West Ham, if they'd won, would have gone third or something, fourth.
West Ham are 9th now, and West Ham are doing great. And West Ham have a fair team. Like I picked West Ham for a top 10 finish.
You said top 10, but they're just kind of weird. Like it's like you've got a world class manager.
Dan, they've always been weird.
They're so weird.
Always been weird.
No, but you know what I mean. Like I think your man up front, Haller, looks actually okay.
Yeah.
But like they've got actually a world class manager in there.
Just don't say that,
Pellegrini is unreal. He's a brilliant manager.
Why would he not be at a team bigger than West Ham?
The wages never in West Ham give
Pellegrini
out.
to Arsenal. No, okay.
Everyone to Arsenal.
I'm probably going to be hopping around the days a little bit, but I'll try and keep it to Tuesday into Wednesday. Okay, we'll do Tuesday first. Liverpool-Napoli. I said to you guys before the game that this will be very bad for the Red Men. I knew this was... I can't remember the last time Liverpool lost a game. Do you?
Barcelona.
Oh, the Barcelona game. And before then?
The FA Cup to... Was it Wolves?
That was it.
Then Man City.
Oh, yeah.
I think Van Dijk has lost... Is it 4 games in like a year and a half or something?
I think it might
It's
be
like
5.
Robertson's never lost a home game. Klopp has never lost a home game in the league. Is that right?
Here's the most amazing stat coming out actually of the Newcastle game. Was Mane has played 51 games at Anfield undefeated. Nobody else has done that as a Liverpool player.
Oh no, but clearly Klopp has lost. That must be a Klopp. I think he lost a few. I think
Mane's undefeated.
Mane must be undefeated
51 games at Anfield. No one else has that record as a Liverpool player. 51
Or is
consecutive
Klopp
games.
unbeaten in European games at home with Liverpool? That's probably it.
Well, he's unbeaten in Europe with Liverpool, except for finals.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that doesn't count club games. Sorry, group games. So yes,
Knockout.
you are correct. Anyway, I knew this was the game we were destined to lose. Napoli are everything Liverpool hate to play against. Napoli's centre-back pairing is a fucking wet dream.
Did you see how good he was, Koulibaly?
Yeah, and Manolis wasn't getting the props he deserved.
Like, why
Koulibaly was on a different fucking
Why
level.
is Koulibaly like disrespecting Napoli, but like he could be
Well, everyone was in for him.
like watching him going to Man City.
He was
Jesus.
he
Like now there'd be no weaknesses there.
He was back up for Van Dijk if that didn't work.
Yeah.
He was our number 2 choice there. United tried to get him last January. Like, people have tried to get him. Look, Napoli know what they have, and I think that...
I just wonder where his contract is up, though.
Yeah. He's
like, because they get 150 million.
Oh, my God.
I think he could be the most expensive player in the world.
He's such a beast.
Because they've so much... Like, I've never seen a guy 6'4". Was he 6'4.5"?
Yeah.
He's so quick.
I want him instead. Imagine him and Van Dijk
And to be
together.
fair to Matip, I've criticised him before. He's been very good the last 6 months.
He's at the form of his life. But anyway, any reactions coming from this? Like, it was a well-deserved win for Napoli.
I thought Napoli were better. You did okay, but Napoli had better chances. Adrian pulled off one of the best saves I've seen. But I thought he looked shattered. I didn't understand.
Everyone said that.
The legs, like Robertson and Van Dijk, looked really tired.
And we played early Saturday.
I know, it was weird. Like, but look, Napoli's... nobody goes to Napoli and gets... Actually, Arsenal beat them there last year or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, like, they... it's very rare Napoli drop points at home. Away from home, I think you can get at them a bit, but it's something about that stadium.
Yeah.
Down in Naples, but...
It'll be hard, like, to top the group now.
You'll top,
I think.
I could see them drop points at...
Ghent.
Salzburg or something. Like, Napoli are kind of team like that. Like,
Ghent.
like, didn't Napoli beat PSG last year and stuff?
Yeah.
And then it was a shootout between yourselves at Anfield and Alisson made that great save, you would have been out. You wouldn't have won the Champions League.
Yeah, it's incredible. Chelsea and Valencia, we talked about everything about this game. It was 1-0. The Nathan Mount got an injury.
Looks up, Coquelin only got a yellow for it. Like what? Like what?
There was another game our mate texted us about saying that a red was overturned to a yellow in the Champions League this weekend.
Yes.
Or this week. Who was that? I can't remember who it was.
I didn't see it.
Neither
But,
you saw Barca and Dortmund, and you said it was an awfully fun 0-0.
It was a good 0-0. Rice missed a penalty in the second half.
Yes.
Saved by Ter Stegen. Dortmund probably should have won, but, it's a weird group that, like, Inter haven't started the season brilliantly. Like, they've won a few games, but they're not in full flight yet, and they may not have enough time. Because he would have been thinking maybe Barca always make it. Messi came on, so he's back. I think it's a very good point for Barcelona. I think they'll go and top the group.
Inter Milan drawing to Slava Prague.
Like, you know what I mean?
Absurd.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like that, it's such a shit. Like, Conte needs a lot of time with that team. Like, on paper they're unreal, but like they're like, it's Lukaku who's fat and Sanchez who doesn't care.
No gel. Who's the ex-Leeds dude that had an amazing performance one of these matches that everyone
Haaland.
Yeah.
No, it's his son. It's Haaland.
Yes,
he was born in Leeds. He's from Leeds, and he wants to join Leeds and win the Premier League with Leeds.
Would you stop? Does he really?
Yeah, before he joined Salzburg, Leeds were in for him, but they couldn't match the offer. Like, they blew him out of the water. But he scored 10 goals in an under 21 game or something for Norway.
So they bet Gink.
He's 19. Like, he's gonna go. He'll be like one of the top stars in a few years.
What's the name of the super young dude who's playing for Barcelona? The 16-year-old who's getting first team play.
What's
his name? Did he play against Dortmund?
Yeah, and he's changed the nationality to Spanish as well. So they've already got into his head.
Ooh.
Maida, something his name is.
Going to the next night, Manchester City beat Shakhtar Donetsk 3-0. No surprise there. But what was a surprise for me was how utterly shite Madrid were against PSG.
I don't know, Madrid are no good. Like, they're really bad.
They do have great players and a great manager, though.
James, well, there's a lot of issues at Madrid. Zidane has taken over, left because they knew they wanted to probably cash in on Ronaldo. He wasn't happy with that. He thought Bale had a bad attitude.
Played Bale, though.
Yeah, but there's no one else. Like, so
Hazard looked bad.
Hazard's overweight, and it's the first game back. So give him time.
This is not the first time.
Kroos and Modric are like beyond 30 now. Yes. Casemiro must be 29. Ramos must be at 33, 34.
That's true.
Well, maybe 33 probably. Courtois got 2 clean sheets in 20 games.
This was not the first time that Di Maria has done very well against Madrid since leaving. Yeah. Also, Di Maria got 2 goals. They were playing without Cavani, Neymar, and Mbappe as well.
Icardi started up front.
Ah, my man.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
But like, Madrid are like so much. Like, Zidane, every time he's been in that tournament, Zidane's won it as a manager.
Yes,
but
3 for 3.
Like, I don't see anywhere how they're even going to get near it this year. But I think the issue with Zidane, I don't know if he'll last the season. I don't know how much credit he's going to have with Perez, because Perez wants Mourinho back.
I don't understand.
He wants a guy who would just sort them out. You know, I can think also,
I'm sure he believes
like,
they
lost Ronaldo. Like, he's a massive loss to any team.
Yeah.
Especially in that competition. He has this kind of drive in that competition.
Yes. And
also players are older. And like, James Rodriguez was not wanted.
He hasn't been wanted for 2.5 years.
He's back in the team.
Because they've no one. Yeah.
They've no one. They can't get rid of him. They want Bale to be gone. He's still there. Like, there's players they didn't want there. The camp is fractious. I don't know how good a manager Zidane actually is. I think he commands so much respect. That team the last 3 years, which was an aging team.
Yeah.
Like,
they just played for him.
Yeah, they go, we want to play for Zidane. Like, it's an honor.
It was a better team as well.
So, like, is like, for example, is he in the league of a Guardiola or a Klopp? No.
Well,
would he be in the second or third tier? Probably.
Do
you know what I mean? I don't know how good Zidane. I think he is a good manager, but I don't think.
But the La Liga results haven't been great, have they?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't know how much credit Zidane's going to be able to use. I've got 3 Champions Leagues and a La Liga, but I don't know how far that's going to push him if the way it's going. Like, first of all, I read a ridiculous interview with Chris Coleman. He's another twat. He goes, oh, I don't know what everyone says this. Gareth Bale can speak perfect Spanish. It's like, yeah, he's there 6 years, mate.
Yeah.
He should be fucking speaking Spanish. Like,
Fair play to him.
do you know what I mean? Like this shit. Like I don't know. I'd say he's probably only learned it in the last year or two, because I heard he didn't have a fucking word of it for 3 or 4 years. So
seldom do managers come back after great success and are able to replicate it. Except
Dortmund, or not Dortmund. Sorry, Dortmund.
Munich.
Munich.
Yeah. There isn't very many cases. Well, I guess Mourinho's second.
Who was his name?
Hans Lumjup.
Japankas.
No,
he won the Champions League with Madrid in '98. Do you know?
I did.
Yeah.
I
remember who they sacked Ancelotti, and they were like, Japankas, are you there? And even Kovac, he's still hanging on to the top of Bayern. Like, I watched them last night. Bayern aren't, like, they were really bad.
Has Ancelotti managed more Champions League games as a manager than anyone else? He'd have to be up there, right?
Him or Wenger?
Wenger, yeah, Wenger. I was going to say Wenger had a lot.
Like, Wenger was 98. He had 14. Yeah, well, maybe 20 years of it. Like,
yeah.
Ancelotti would definitely be up there. Mourinho would be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd probably be it. I'd say that'd be the top 3. But yeah, no, Bayern were no good as well.
Bayern were no good winning 3-0.
Yeah, they beat fucking Red Star.
I know.
Like, they, Coutinho, it's so weird with Coutinho. Like, they kind of got him in. Like, he's clearly a number 10. Like, they got him in even though they wanted Leo Sané. They couldn't get him. So go, oh, let's just get Coutinho. I think they were kind of plugging square holes, you know. I just didn't think. I thought it was like, okay, you need a winger.
They played him on the wing last night.
But he's not a winger.
No, I know.
They lost Robin and Ribery.
This is what I've been saying to you about this fucking Barcelona run. Don't put him on the wing, please.
No, I know, but like, he's also like, he looked okay, but he says actually it's the nicest place he's ever played in, and it's nicer than Liverpool.
He said it's more of a family.
Yeah, which like, I know Bayern, they are apparently very good to their players and stuff, but I didn't think been there for a month.
It's obviously making quite an impression.
Yeah.
We were talking about Ronaldo earlier. Juve against Madrid. I was very excited to see what this insane Juve team with all their stars would line up like.
And Fat Man Higuain is still up front. I don't who is he like sucking off or something?
So what were their options?
Every game.
What were their options? You could play Dybala off Ronaldo. They could play Mandzukic, who's still there, right? Is Mandzukic still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bernardeschi, they could put him.
Yeah.
So
they're playing Matuidi right wing.
I think Sarri went 4-4-2, and he matched up with Atletico 4-4-2. They're the only 2 teams in the world who actually really properly play this. Like, you know, like, I think what they're doing. I think Matuidi's going to be his Kante from last year.
But he's playing him wide.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying that kind of like runner from midfield.
He's definitely that.
Emre Can didn't make the cut.
No. So who's beside Khedira? Pjanic. Sorry.
So it's Pjanic, Khedira, and then they brought on Ramsey, then they on Bentancur.
Yeah.
Like, the bench is just ridiculous.
They've so many people.
I think
Rabiot's on the bench.
I don't know if Sarri's style is going to necessarily suit.
Did Asamoah make the bench?
He plays for Inter.
He does, I'm sorry. Wait, does he?
Yes.
Sorry. Why do you think he was still there? Does he?
It's just Llorente.
Yeah. What? No, Llorente. You know, we're talking about Napoli.
Scored. Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know how. I think Allegri style. So there's a man for Arsenal, Allegri.
Fair.
But yeah, like there's.
It was a very fun game.
I thought overall, Atletico definitely deserved a point.
Yeah.
But 2 late goals. No Chiellini there. He was injured.
Yeah.
Bonucci was leading the team. Delict
and Bonucci. Yeah.
Quadrado
playing as a left wing.
Right back. He played on the right. Yeah.
Are you sure? I don't think he did.
He definitely played on the right.
Right wing, sorry, but he didn't play right back.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, sorry. So Matuidi was playing left wing, excuse me. Okay, Tottenham and Olympiacos. I didn't see anything about this.
I watched a bit of it because I forgot it was on. I had it with my dinner, and Spurs were 2-0 up, but Olympiacos were always kind of well in the game.
Okay.
Olympiacos well deserved it, but again, another tricky place to go, but Spurs will be okay in that group. It's kind of a shit group, so. Okay,
I'll just give a quick rundown of next week, this weekend coming's fixtures, and you can let me know who you think will win. There's FUMF. Did you know there's FUMF?
Oh, there's FUMF tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, it's Southampton and Bournemouth.
I didn't know there was FUMF.
No,
that's a local derby.
There you go.
Southampton, Bournemouth. Oh, God.
You go Bournemouth.
Draw.
Okay. Leicester and Spurs kicking off on Saturday, early kickoff.
Oh, Leicester Spurs. I'll go draw. Score draw.
Burnley Norwich.
No draw.
Everton Sheffield United.
Everton.
Everton at home.
Yeah.
City Watford. Ooh.
I think Watford, if they didn't get that draw against Arsenal, but I think City are going to be very angry coming out. Like you do not want to play against a Man City team who've just lost, quite embarrassingly, to be honest.
Newcastle and Brighton.
I think Newcastle might win a 1-0.
Wow. Palace and Wolves. Now, if Wolves lose this, it's a big one.
Palace are crap at home, though.
That's true.
0-0.
West Ham United.
A lot of draws, isn't there?
A lot of draws. West Ham United. United always lose to West Ham like once every 2 years. Once every 3 years.
Who's at home?
West Ham.
I think West Ham.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love a bit of West
I
Ham.
remember in the bowl-in ground that was never talked. What the hell is the bowl-in ground like? It's like Antonio with all the headers.
And do you remember he'd be coming on scoring a header?
That stopped Man United getting the Champions League that year.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Arsenal Aston Villa.
Arsenal by 3 or something.
And Liverpool Chelsea. Chelsea are at home.
I think it'll be tough, Liverpool, but I think you'll. I just think you're the best team in the world at the moment.
Well,
I think looking at Champions League, yourselves and City are the 2 best teams in the world.
Well, we lost 2-0, Dan.
Yazardo, like.
Okay. Well, look, all I'll say is this: I'm not saying it's our year, but if we beat Chelsea, at Stamford Bridge, I think we're looking good. I think we're on course. I think it's a game we need to win.
Well, you see, the issue is City are playing you guys November 9th.
Yes, correct.
You guys have got 5 points on them, or is it 5?
5.
So, like, if they trip more points, and it comes out, they could be still 5 points behind or something. And if you even get a draw there, like 5 points between the standard of those 2 teams, I think that's quite a big margin.
Oh, it's huge.
You know what I mean? Like, look, it's very early in the season.
But that's what I'm saying. We need to win games like this.
But I think
Bridge is never a guarantee.
Klopp will have too much for Lampard.
You would hope, especially coming off the back. Well, both teams coming off European losses. Okay, it's time to embarrass me. What's this?
Okay, Neil, you're a Liverpool fan, right? So I want you to name as many as you can of the 10 top Premier League goal scorers for Liverpool.
Okay,
so from
Premier League. From 92 till now, who are Liverpool's top 10 Premier League goal scorers?
Yes. So, for example, Ian Rush is not one.
Because it's predates.
Because it's,
Okay. So, the answers, I'm not going to go...
Now, in no order, but I've got the top 3 marked off anyway.
Okay. So, Steve Gerrard.
Yes. Second with 120.
Steve Gerrard with 120.
Yes.
I will go with Robbie Fowler.
Top with 128.
Okay. So, okay. I will go with Fernando Torres.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. He's on the list. Yeah.
He's on the list. I will go with Mohamed Salah.
Correct, on the list. Yeah.
I would presume that
he's only like 1 or 2 under Torres already. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. Luis Suarez.
Correct. Ahead of Torres. Yeah.
Is ahead of Torres.
Number 4.
Emil Heskey.
No,
that was a joke. Michael Owen.
He wouldn't have been that far off, though. I'd say he would have got about 30 odd goals for you.
Michael Owen.
Third, 118. But what's the thing of his spot with Shearer? I think Owen's an awful fucking.
See, this is the issue that international football causes. When you've got 2 weeks to build up Newcastle and Liverpool, you'll just get these lads talking shite.
They're both dopes, but like
they are.
Like, I'd rather, like, if you had to have a few beers with someone, I'd have a few beers with Alan Shearer all day long over Michael Owen. Yeah. That's the only way I'd put it. Like, Michael Owen be sitting there judging you, like someone, you know.
Yeah. Very much so. Okay. Right. Sorry. Okay.
So we got Fowler, Gerrard, Owen, Suarez, Torres, Salah. We've got 4 more.
Okay. We've got 4 more. Can you tell me what the cap is? What's the lowest scorer? What's number 10?
I don't have them written out but I think they're probably 40 max.
Okay. Mane's there.
Yeah.
Okay. Firmino is not there.
He is there.
Firmino's there. So I'm missing 1.
Missing 2.
I'm missing 2.
One player you loved.
One player I loved.
Top scorer at ITK 2015. He said he'd be.
Daniel Sturridge?
Yeah.
Is he really on the list?
He was there quite a while. Like, he was there for 6 years. Like, even if he scored like 6 a year.
Okay.
And he got 20 one year.
Okay.
We have 1 more.
Florence Cinema Pangole.
Yes.
Let me.
He
Don't give me a clue. Don't give me a clue. Don't give me a clue.
This is probably the hardest I'd say to get, but it's not hard. Like
Jerk out.
correct.
Yeah,
You got them all. You didn't embarrass yourself at all.
Not at all.
Bar Cinema Pongal, you got them all right.
Well
done, Neil.
Thank
Maybe
you.
next time you do it, you can pick a Leeds teaser for me.
Yeah, I have to pick something pretty tough.
So, like, because obviously it's the two of us, we can't play the
Yeah.
game with John here.
Yeah.
But I have a few of them. Once
Yeah,
John's ready,
okay.
I've got loads of those games ready. I've got them all.
But
lined
I
up.
want you to give me another one like that. I want you to give me a top 10 Premier League era club. Yeah? But give me like a Spurs or an Arsenal
like
or a
top
Chelsea.
scorers.
The exact same. I want you to give me another one of those.
Okay.
We'll do one for
Right
each
now?
other. No. We'll do one for each other next week or the week you're back. How about that?
Yeah, so that'll be 3 weeks.
Shall we have a quick look at the Fantasy Football League?
Yeah.
Let's have a little quick look.
Good news for you, Neil.
What?
Look.
It's not
Climbing
low.
up the league.
It's not like, yeah, you see, the thing is, I missed the first week. If I didn't, I'd be at least 13th. Which is, I'm having a hard time loading here. Sorry about that. Anyway, so what's your schedule? You're gone for how many weeks?
I'm at a wedding tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's a fucking wedding. Like, I don't even know anyone at it, right?
They can be sometimes the best ones, though.
So, well, I'm missing Rovers around tomorrow night against Pats. Right?
You'll get a
That's
stream.
annoying.
You'll get a stream of that on a dodgy box, won't you?
No. Saturday morning, I'm going to miss the Leeds Derby game.
That's unfortunate.
Right.
You can stream that though.
Yeah, but like, you want to go and all this shit.
Well, what time's it on?
12:30.
Oh, it's absolutely pathetic.
It is the worst time to have a match when you're coming
well,
from a
could
wedding.
she? Where's the wedding?
Carrick and Shannon.
Would she not drive and you could watch on your phone?
Her drive?
Okay, go ahead, continue.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And then I'll be home then, and then, that'll be it.
I'm going to be in the caravan when
Oh, yeah, I heard
Liverpool
you're going,
and
yeah.
Chelsea is on. So what am
I can
gonna do with
update
that?
you. Yeah.
Oh, Joe, I can watch on my phone on the way back. I think
James
that's
can
what
get
I'm
4G down there,
doing.
and he's with 3.
Yeah.
You're with Virgin, are you?
That's not going to help me. Yeah. Joe, what? We should wrap the show up and continue this in a moment. Okay,
And we'll
everybody.
talk about rashers when we're off air.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for listening to the ITK Soccer Show this week. If you enjoyed it, please do share and subscribe. We're on YouTube /ITK Soccer Show, Facebook.com /ITK Soccer Show, and at the ITK Soccer Show on Twitter. Please spread the good word. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more roundups and previews. And until then, enjoy the football.